sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. Next on Madden Football.
Known for some incredible wings and one of the league's most passionate fan bases. We're just outside of Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And we're off and running from Western New York. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended.
Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. And this is scooped up by the Bills. And what a way to begin the scoring, Brock, as they take it back for the touchdown. The Bills take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Step 1 is just making the hit, Brock. Step 2, trying to knock the football out with that hit, and they were even fortunate enough to get to step 3, weren't they? Taking that fumble all the way back for a touchdown.
And just look at him. I love the joy. A unit that doesn't get to celebrate in the end zone all too often.
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. 2nd and 13. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Burrow setting to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when, just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
The Bengals send out the punting unit. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Starts his return from the 23. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So now the Bills will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. And leading them out, someone who's still the pride of Wyoming University and Fireball, California. One of the league's best and biggest arms, Josh Allen.
We've seen a lot of big arms come and go in the NFL. Few translate that talent, though, into stardom, quite like Josh Allen. It's fun for me on the college football road when I ask these young quarterbacks who they idolize, who they look up to. And just about every big guy that can run says the same thing, Josh Allen, because that skill set is so tantalizing. A player who can rip off a highlight reel play with the pass and just as easy with the down in just about any situation.
It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Bills first down. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. First tone of the game for James Cook. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Extra DB out there for the Bengals. 3rd down coming. Shakir sent in motion left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
May not be the way he typically gets the ball, Kate, but once he had it in his hands like a reception, he knew what to do with it. He smelled that 1st down, and he went and got it.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And they take this in for the score. The Bills get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Josh Allen, the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Extra point up and good from Bass. And the Bills will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bass now to kick this away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Bengals and running back Chase Brown getting sent to begin another drive here. And they haven't gotten their legs under him on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. They motion the slot man right. Wideout's getting involved in the ground game. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he was just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. He gets a half dozen on the carry, and that's also going to bring up 3rd and 6.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, It can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
They'll bring out the punter here. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Got 49 on his first punt. This one looks even longer. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. Here comes the Bills offense for their second drive of the game. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
And he's chased all the way to the sideline and out of bounds near the line of scrimmage. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. Curtis Samuel's there for the catch. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Excellent pickup to move the chains, 36 yards in the end.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's first down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He's on the move. Steps up, and he's running with it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Throwing now on first down, Allen. Pass brought in by Amari Cooper. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms, but it slips through. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Second down. Here's Allen again. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. He was looking for Keon Coleman on that throw. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Allen on 3rd down. And the streak continues. Another one hits the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that brings up 4th and long.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Amendola able to put it through. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here, but they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Bass now to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Higgins makes the catch. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Straight ahead, it's Brown. This is ahead for about 5. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Here's Brown again. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
First down, Burrow to throw. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Brown on the inside give. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Cole Bishop. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Burrow setting up the play action. He rolls to his right. He's running for it. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Fourth and 3, drive on the line. Trying for it with Burrow. He finds him beyond the marker. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets him 17 yards on 4th down and gets them the first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This one's caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Brown reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. And he sends the point after right through the uprights. And the Bengals cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Ty Johnson now to return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. First down throw for Allen. Fits it through the middle. Breaks free in the center of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills stretch their early lead to 9. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Bass on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bills make it a 10-point ball game. Bass now to kick this away. He's going to field this at the 2. This return makes it up to the 25. Out comes the offense for the Bengals. They got the job done there last time out. Still trailing by a lot, though, so they're going to need a repeat of that touchdown here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now it's Brown. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Tight end going in motion here. Here's 2nd and 7. A quick slant. Here's Gesicki. He's got a gain of 6 there. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Play action now, Burrow. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Second time they've taken one back on him, Brock. First the fumble return, and now this pick 6.
You know, I point this out to you every defensive meeting room we're in, Kate, when we sit down in these production meetings, and you can see their boards, right? These defenses keep track, and they know if they get a score defensively, their odds of winning through the roof. You get 2, it's almost a certainty.
Bass on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills take a 3-possession lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Has this at the 6. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here come the Bengals to take over once again. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. After the pick, here's Burrow again. Got his target, it's Higgins. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On first down, here's Burrow. Short pass brought in. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Here's 2nd and 2. He's got a man left. And they bring him down around the 34. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Daquan Jones with the tackle on that play. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll run again with Brown. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Tackled on the play by Taylor Rapp. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Can't find anyone open, and he's forced to throw it away. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're up against it here on 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Butker knocks it through. And the gap closes to 14 points.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Johnson now on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock, so high hopes again for this upcoming series. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
2nd down, Allen throwing again. They connect on the deep shot. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st down, Allen hits him on the out route. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. Allen gonna throw again. That finds his man. It's Keon Coleman. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Again, Allen to the air. That's Kincaid with a catch out left. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Bass on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills stretch their lead to 21. Bass now to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Bengals and this running back headed back out for a new series. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Going with Brown on the ground. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Punt team on the field. And they could really use a good one here. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. He's got it at the 24. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Bills will take over possession. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Allen. And he overshoots his man, it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Again, it's Cook. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Pressure coming, it's Allen. This one's quickly to Shakir. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at them. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, I don't even know sometimes what it means to bow up, but that's exactly what the defense did. I do know this. It means stopping that offense in critical situations and forcing a fourth down. Now we'll get to see whether or not this offense wants to gamble.
So on fourth down, on comes Sam Martin to handle the punt for the Bills. This one's headed for the sideline and out. We'll get the mark. They say it's at the 9 where it crossed. Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And that's incomplete, but I do see some laundry on the field. Let's see what this flag is all about. He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. A run with Brown. And they were able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Burrow from the gun. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. DeMar Hamlin picks it off. And the Bills will return this well into the red zone before he's brought down.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Bills' offense all set for their next drive. And that interception has set them up beautifully inside the red zone. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Catch is made in close. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Cook. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Just a yard that time. They needed more, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Another one for Cook. And he's in for the touchdown. The Bills parlay the interception into points. It's a James Cook touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Bass on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bills continue piling on to this lead. Bass now to kick this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. On the handoff, this is Brown. And that's good for a gain of 5. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
A give now to Brown. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. That's A.J. Epinesa on the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here's Burrow. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's brought down for a loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Punting unit out now. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And another mistake for them here. This punt had way too much on it. It's into the end zone for a touchback. The Bills and quarterback Josh Allen are ready to get back to work now on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Catch made right side by Coleman. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Sam Martin on again now to punt it away. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Fair catch made here at the 30. So no return on that punt. And it'll be Bengals football. Another drive coming up for this offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. First down, Burrow to throw. And he goes down. The Bills got to him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
All right, here we go. Second down. Another try following the sack. Higgins makes the catch. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Play action now. Burrow. Big gain downfield. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
McPherson at the point after. And the extra point is up, and it is good. And the Bengals cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Johnson with a return here. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. Allen now on first down. That's taken in by Samuel. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10. Here's Allen. Gets this to Kincaid. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Complete. It's Cooper. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Second and 3 now. To the air again, Allen. He finds Kincaid. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
It's a design boot. Rolling out to his left. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Bills running away with it in the 2nd quarter. Josh Allen, the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Bass gets the extra point to go. And the Bills grow their lead yet again. Bass now to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Bengals and Jamar Chase about to take over on offense once again. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. On 1st down, here's Burrow. Oh no, they get him yet again! Taylor rapping to pick that one off. And the Bills will get the football right at that 25-yard line following the interception.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
The Bills set to take over offensively. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now reeling after the touchdown. And look at where they start with the football now.
They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Cook does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards. Now after the run, we see he's visibly shaken up. Team medical staffers headed over to take a look. Went in the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on 2nd and goal. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Allen looking to throw. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Bass on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills tack on 7 more to their lead. Bass now to kick this away. Return starts at the 9. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Now this offense getting set to work here. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there 1 play before they were picked off.
They're kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Finds a seam down the middle. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense.
First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. On target to his man Higgins. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
The throw is caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. To throw again, it's Burrow. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals chop some of the lead off before the half. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
McPherson at the point after. And the kick is good. And the Bengals cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Johnson now on the return. Returns looking good so far. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Bills are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. First down throw for Allen. He's on the move. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Running back sent in motion. Back to throw it. That's brought in. It's his back, Ray Davis. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's halftime here in Buffalo. The Bills with the lead after 2. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bills were led in the first half by their all-world quarterback, Josh Allen. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And no return here, and this is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. The Bills ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On the ground, first run for Ray Davis. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
2nd and 10 now. Connection made to Shakir. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Again, Allen to the air. Shakir with the grab. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Allen setting up play action. Makes the grab in bounds left side. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Allen gonna throw again. That's caught. He found some space. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They got 24 yards on the play. And now they have a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those
And he gets in, touchdown! The Bills grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Bass on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills continue adding on to that lead. Bass now to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. Finds some space, he's past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And I don't think we can really call these highlights, partner. Shall we just call them replays as we re-examine his performance so far in this one? 3 interceptions mixed in among his work. It's really limited a lot of what he's been able to do out there. Ball at the 33 for first down. Burrow out of the shotgun. He's got a man left. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Looking to throw, Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. They'll have him gain about a handful there. Christian Benford up to make that stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's second and 5. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short. So that's third and less than a yard.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Slot man motioned over. Third and short, it's Burrow. That's caught for the first. And he works this to the 38 before going down. They get 6 and a first down as well.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, Burrow to throw. Catch made by All. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Christian Benford up to make that stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second and 6 coming up here. Burrow from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
The drive picks up here, first and 10. Burrow setting up the play action. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing it again here. That's going to be caught by all. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
On the ground, Brown. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. And they pick him off again! Picked off by Terrell Bernard. And the Bills have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity of looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. The ones you get, you have to finish with points.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Finds Kincaid. This is ahead for about 5. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Allen looking to throw. Complete to Shakir. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
We hear about basketball on grass so much more of the space and speed coming to the NFL game. That play's so indicative of it. Get that point guard in the open field and let him do his thing.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Davis gets it from the gun. By a man, and now he's in the clear. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 31-yard play, and that's good for a Bills first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Second and 3 now. They kick the running back in motion. From the 19. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Allen. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. And that throw doesn't lead to 6. And it's 4th down.
And that is teaching tape right there, Kate, for why you never, ever give up on a play. Looked like a certain touchdown grab until he comes in and knocks the ball free right at the last moment.
Amendola able to put it through. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Bass now to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. This offense ready to get going again now. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the third. On first down, here's Burrow. Completed over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Straight ahead, it's Brown. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Here's Burrow. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. Looking for the back that time. So now it's going to be third and long.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
On third down, here's Burrow. He'll get this one to Brown. Broke through the tackle. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you could run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this one soars out of bounds. The only question is where they will mark it. Looks like it's going short of the 40. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Play action now with Allen. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Couldn't connect with Amari Cooper. And that'll bring up second down. Putting a receiver in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Complete to Coleman. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Chris Jenkins Jr. there on the tackle. The rookie from Michigan there that time.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Gets this to Kincaid. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Allen gonna throw again. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Jermaine Pratt picks it. And he's gonna go. It's a pick six. You get a pick six. You get a pick six. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're gonna call a pick six and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals take 7 points off the deficit. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Johnson with a return here. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Back to the air, it's Allen after the pick. Finding Davis. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Completed to Davis. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Davis up the middle. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Allen setting up to throw. He'll get this to Samuel. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Davis takes it straight ahead. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brought down by the veteran, Von Bell. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Going right back to Davis. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Allen. He finds Kincaid. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Running out of the gun with Davis. And it's a gain down to the 5-yard line. Give him 4 on that play. So now they've got 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Bass on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Bass now to kick this away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. And they're going to need to play for pride or for something to build on for next week, Brock, because this game seems out of reach, even though we've got a full quarter still to go. Got a man, it's Gesicki. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Second down now, 7 to go. Now Burrow. Catch made by All. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano. Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's the Bengals with possession, but they're in a pretty deep hole to start the 4th. All right, it's a nickel set for the Bills. 3rd down. Burrow out of the shotgun. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That one gains 7. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First down, Burrow to throw. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
To throw again, it's Burrow. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Burrow from the gun. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Trying to get it to T. Higgins. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Boy, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down. Out of the shotgun, Burrow has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
You'll often hear it said, In my life experience, it's true. The NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Working inside the red zone. That's complete to Gesicki outright. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Burrow to the air now. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Burrow setting to throw. He completes it in traffic. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Brown on the inside give. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play, and no problem converting on fourth.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Burrow. Chased out to his... Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Oh, 1st and goal, you take a sack. I got nothing good to say about that, so let me flip it over on the other side where you got everything good to say. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to get them behind the sticks, you want to knock them backwards, and now you put a whole lot more pressure on that offense to respond.
Looking to throw, Burrow. And this one hurts. Had a touchdown in his hands, but he couldn't hold on. 3rd down coming up.
Plays like that are called twofers. It's why coaches live 2 years for one. All the planning, great play call, careful execution led to that, and it was still dropped to the turf. Touchdown, lost.
On 3rd and goal, here's Burrow. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that forces them to 4th and goal. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of...
And he's going to go down. They get to him on 4th and goal and complete the defensive stand.
I'm going to guess a little deal was cut there by these pass rushers in the huddle. You guys in the secondary, just buy us a little time. We don't need perfect coverage. Just tighten things up so we can get home, and boy, did they ever in a big moment.
Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Cook trying this one up the gut. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, it's Allen. And oh, someone stepped in, it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And forget the interception, he makes this a pick-6 touchdown. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick, knowing short field, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes, and if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
McPherson at the point after. And he sends the point after right through the uprights. And the Bengals cut into the lead by another point. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Johnson now on the return. Returns looking good so far. And he goes out of bounds to hand them excellent field position up across the 40. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick six. Need short memories here as they head back out. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll run it with Cook. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Complete, it's Cooper. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Bengals charging, and it's blocked. And how about that? In the end, an unorthodox but still worthy first down pickup.
Every single punt should be out quick. Can't be a hiccup. No hesitation. If there's an extra second at any point, you really do give one of those guys off the edge time to go get it and put their hand on it.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On first down, here's Burrow. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 24, Higgins makes the catch. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Brown. And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Here's Brown again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. We'll pause now for an injured player, and it looks like he's worse for wear after handling that last carry. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Here's Burrow. Cut near the goal line. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. A second touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place. But 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
McPherson at the point after. And the extra point is up, and it is good. And the Bengals get it back to a full 3 possessions now, 24 points. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Johnson with a return here. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. Even though they've got a 3-score lead, still a lot of time left, so they're going to try to grow it even further. Here's a give to Cook. And he's got a modest gain up to the 41-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, Kate, you want to know how crazy your partner is next to you? I would love to take a fan right out of these stands and put them there on that play, just so they could feel what a 5-yard run feels like. Because it may not look like anything on the stat sheet, but I promise you if the average person felt the pain of what a 5-yard gain was, they'd have a whole new perspective. What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. It's Allen out of the pistol. Gets this to Kincaid. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Burrow. Completes this one to Chase. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Burrow back to throw. Connects with his back, Khalil Herbert. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
They've got 1st down from the 31. They send the tight end in motion. 1st down, Burrow to throw. A quick slant, here's Gesicki. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. To throw again, it's Burrow. Short pass brought in. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Motioning the tight end now. Burrow out of the shotgun. That's Gesicki. He's got it. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. That's a pickup of 9. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. On target to his man Higgins. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 24 on that play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
They're now set for first and 10. Now a give right side to Herbert. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Burrow from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
Shotgun handoff to Herbert. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. They don't pick up anything there, and now it's 2nd and goal. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Bengals trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. Ball still at the 3 as they get set for 2nd and goal. Burrow to the air now. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Now Burrow. Forced out to his right. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Bengals putting up points in a game decided. Joe Burrow with the touchdown. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
Keeping it on the ground. And he's in for 2, so don't write him off just yet. I know the chances are slim, but still a small one in this 2-possession game. Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And the Bills are able to secure this kick. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Now outruns their offense to take over. And they should just be able to kneel out what time remains. There's 3 timeouts defensively still available, but using them is not going to alter this outcome. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's Cook. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Another one for Cook. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Again, it's Cook. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. The Bills will turn to their kicker, Tyler Bass, for the field goal try. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. Amendola able to put it through and make this a 19.3 score advantage.
We got ourselves a 3-score game now after that make. It's got to feel like it's going to just about do it with any hopes of a comeback still smoldering. I think these kickers enjoy those opportunities, Kate, to be the one to kick this lead out of range.
Bass now to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Burrow setting to throw. Got his target, it's Higgins. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. From the 33 on 2nd down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up to the 44. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. That one's caught along the left sideline. A gain of 27 yards there. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
Working inside the red zone. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Looking to throw, Burrow. Well, we put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Trying for it with Burrow. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Bengals get it back to within 2 possessions. And someone has officially flown higher than the Dutchman, Brock. That completion pushes him past Norm Van Brocklin for the most passing yards in a game in NFL history. The mark of 554 yards has stood resolute since back in 1951, and 7 decades later, someone has finally topped it. McPherson at the point after. And the kick is good. And the Bengals shave some of the lead. It's down now to 12. It'll time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. And the Bills are going to recover the football, and that should lock up this win. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the roar of Bills Mafia, it's a win for their guys in Buffalo. And with the start they had in that first quarter, Brock, it is no surprise to see them come away with a victory at the end. They really did all they could to put this out of reach early. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Bills as we say so long from Buffalo.